A quiet study in Tokyo. Researchers analyzing the brains of Japan's oldest citizens noticed something unusual. Every centenarian, whether farmer, monk, or fisherman, seems to share one simple daily habit. Not a supplement, not a diet, a breathing rhythm. And when scientists at Harvard replicated this pattern in older adults, the results were so extreme, they questioned their own data. Brain scans lit up like night cities. Inflammation dropped nearly by half. And biological age markers, the invisible signs of cellular decay, began to reverse. They tried to downplay it, calling it statistical noise. But it wasn't noise. It was transformation. Right now, every 7 seconds, another person over 60 experiences what researchers call the silent decline. They pause mid-sentence, forgetting the word. They lose their balance. They climb a staircase and feel their lungs tighten. It's not weakness, it's oxygen starvation. The brain isn't dying, it's suffocating, molecule by molecule, year after year. Reduced oxygen flow means reduced BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, the protein that keeps your neurons alive. When BDNF drops, your hippocampus, the part that holds memory, begins to shrink. Your prefrontal cortex, the seat of focus and decision, dims, and your body, your cells, your mitochondria, the engines that power life itself, start producing less energy and more waste. You don't notice it in a single day. You notice it in the mirror, in the fatigue after lunch, in the stiffness that never fully fades. This is what aging feels like from the inside. But in 2018, Japanese neuroscientists uncovered something that changed everything we knew about aging. At the University of Tsukuba, a team studying oxygen efficiency in centenarians found something extraordinary. Longevity wasn't about lung size. It wasn't about genetics. It was about oxygen efficiency at the cellular level, how completely each cell uses every molecule of breath. And that efficiency was controlled by one thing: breathing pattern. Western science had ignored it. Ancient Japan had mastered it. The practice was called Tanden Breathing, a rhythm passed down for nearly 5,000 years. Every morning, every night, the long-lived elders of Okinawa performed it without fail. They weren't chasing longevity. They were simply honoring life's most fundamental rhythm. Here's the science. When you breathe in a slow 5-second inhale through your nose, you activate your diaphragm, not your chest. That movement massages your internal organs, stimulates your vagus nerve, and pulls lymphatic fluid through the body like a tide. That's detoxification at the deepest level. No pills, no hacks, just physics and biology. Then comes the 5-second hold, the stillness that changes everything. During this pause, oxygen floods your bloodstream and diffuses into your mitochondria, the energy factories of your cells. It triggers what researchers call hormetic stress, a tiny controlled challenge that tells your body to strengthen, adapt, and optimize. It's like resistance training for your cells, and the 5-second exhale completes the circuit. That extended release activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the body's repair mode, lowering cortisol, soothing inflammation, and signaling every cell, you are safe to heal. This 15-second cycle, repeated 10 times, rewires your biology. Harvard studies have shown that rhythmic breathing increases vagal tone, the measure of your vagus nervous resilience, by up to 30%. Higher vagal tone means calmer nerves, lower blood pressure, and stronger immunity. Stanford confirmed it. Rhythmic breath boosts BDNF, your brain's growth hormone, by up to 40% in 8 weeks. That means your brain can literally regrow lost connections. You're not just calming the mind, you're rebuilding it. In Japanese tradition, the tanden, 2 inches below your navel, is the seat of life energy. They believe this is where vitality begins and ends. Modern science would call it your body's gravitational center, the core of diaphragmatic control and stability. When you focus your breath there, you align respiration, heartbeat, and brain waves into perfect coherence. EEG scans show this harmony as increased alpha waves, the signature of calm focus and mental clarity. Blood tests show lower inflammatory markers, And MRI scans show enhanced connectivity between emotional and logical centers of the brain. You're not meditating, you're synchronizing the code that runs your biology. But the real magic happens at the genetic level. Telomeres, the tiny caps on your chromosomes, shorten with every passing year. When they become too short, cells stop dividing, and aging accelerates. Researchers at the University of California found that stress reduction techniques, especially controlled breathing, slow that shortening, and in some cases even reactivate telomerase, the enzyme that rebuilds them. In other words, your DNA listens to your breath. This isn't spiritual poetry, it's molecular communication. The Okinawan elders don't think about telomeres or vagal tone, they just breathe this way, because their ancestors did, and their ancestors lived to 97. But now, we finally understand why. Each 5-5-5 cycle creates harmony between breath, heart, and brain. That harmony is measurable. It has coherence, the biological state of alignment that turns stress into strength and time into longevity. 10 minutes a day and you're teaching your body to become efficient again, to repair again, to remember how to live. So here's your practice. Twice a day, morning and evening. Find a quiet space, sit upright. Place one hand on your lower abdomen, the tanden, and breathe. Inhale for 5 seconds, hold for 5, exhale for 5, 10 full cycles. That's it. That's how you reverse years of cellular decline in minutes a day. That's how you give your brain more oxygen, your heart more rhythm, and your body more youth. You're not learning something new. You're remembering something ancient, the language your cells have been waiting to hear again. Tomorrow, we'll explore the 6 Japanese movements that amplify this breathing pattern by 300%. The same sequence Harvard researchers now call the most efficient longevity protocol ever recorded. But until then, begin with breath. Because every breath is a message, and your body is listening. 5 seconds in, 5 seconds hold, 5 seconds out. Your next breath could be your first step toward another 7 years of life.